It's the song everybody's singing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
From your mama's 8-track.
Uncle John got it going on. Uncle John got it going on. Uncle John got it going on. Uncle John got it going on.
Enough with the special effects.
That's all we can afford. It's coming at you now like hot fudge.
Rise and shine, it's Gigo time. Mike and John got it going on. Here's Mike Marino's John King with the local, uncensored news, events, and oh, so much more.
Big finish.
That's the so much more right there.
Yeah.
I was saying, why don't you grab the new stickers?
It's Kitty and Cougar.
The people that didn't get to see them
Yeah.
from out at Farmer's Market.
There you go.
Yeah.
Since you're doing the special effects.
Don't
there.
drop it. It could
Yeah.
be fragile.
All right.
Look at that.
Yes,
There's
the new Mike and John bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Or
You
laptop sticker.
You could stick it wherever you like. Put it on a shirt. Make
That's
your
what we
own.
were telling people yesterday. Hey, stick this wherever you want.
Yeah, so a pretty good turnout for the first Howell Farmers Market of the season.
Despite the gray skies, people out enjoying. And
You know, as we were leaving, the sun kind of came out. I don't know if it had anything to do with it, with the
they're
timing
going.
on things.
Yeah.
I want to thank Donna for giving us an 8-track.
Right.
To
Yo Mama's 8-track.
That's exactly what she said, too.
We ran into Donna and she...
In the alley.
we ran into her in
She
the
actually
alley.
chased us
At
down
first
in
we
the
thought,
alley.
uh-oh. She came, uh-oh.
A lady holding a
Yeah.
bag.
She goes, and she's like, I want to talk to you. We're like, oh no,
boy.
we're in an alley.
What's in the bag?
Yeah. So, but Donna said she had some T-shirts from a previous employer
Yeah.
and she wanted us to shred them.
We didn't have the shredder with
No,
us.
we did not. But
we'll get one.
We said, hang on to those.
Yes, they could be worth something.
We may have something to do with that in the future.
Yeah.
But we did take the 8-track
Yeah.
that she had. and
So
she
it's
said,
going to become a part of
this is now
the collection.
Yeah. So we'll talk about our farmers market visit in just a few minutes.
It's actually a good holder for my phone while you do the news, which is brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers.
All right, here's what's going on. The Livingston County Board of Commissioners will get another look at a multi-million-dollar transportation grant request tonight. The Livingston Essential Transportation Service, or LETS, is requesting authorization to apply for capital grant funding in the amount of $10 million under the fiscal year 2022 Bus and Bus Facilities Discretionary Grant Program. That request is on the agenda for the General Government and Health and Human Services meeting, which starts at 6 o'clock tonight. According to a letter from LETS Director Greg Kellogg, the funding would be used to purchase land and construct a new facility in the Brighton area that would serve as a satellite operations center for LETS, as well as a transit hub for Michigan Flyer and other regional transit connections. This is the third time LETS has requested the grant. Previous attempts were rejected as being too broad, so this request is for a smaller plot of land. The facility was among the recommendations made in the 2019 Transit Master Plan. Kellogg says the application, which is due May 31st, is the initial step in securing funds and planning for the facility. According to a post on the Country Stars Facebook page, it looks like Luke Bryan and other musical acts will perform September 17th for the third show in the 6-stop tour. Tickets for the show will go on sale Thursday. Bryan previously played in Livingston County to 20,000 fans last September at a 40-acre hayfield off Sherwood Road in Conway Township between Weberville and Fowlerville. The land, which is owned by the Kubiak family, will host the return concert. And the many volunteers who've worked to make downtown Howell a great place to live, work, play, and stay were recognized last week by Howell Main Street and Downtown Development Authority. The annual Applause Awards are held on the second floor of Block Brewing with a Spring Fling theme, where outstanding city volunteers and business leaders were recognized for their dedication and commitment. The winners included Clark Gill, owner of Aberrant Ales. He was the Volunteer of the Year. David McDonald won the Mighty Main Streeter Award, and Shannon Harvey was named as the Downtown Hero. How Main Street COO Kate Litwin said the award ceremony is one of the most important evenings of the year, as downtown stakeholders come together to celebrate those who've shared their time and talents to benefit downtown Howell. And that's what's going on.
And news brought to you by Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, downtown Brighton. Mother's Day coming up this Sunday. Still time to get a great deal on a beautiful gift from Cooper and Binkley Jewelers. Give mom something she really wants. Matter of fact, if you spend $200, you'll save $30. Spend $300, you'll save $50. Spend over $500 at Cooper and Binkley Jewelers, you'll save $100. And of course, lots of things going on. A free gift with purchase of over $300 for Mom's Day.
Yeah, which is coming up, of course,
Sunday.
This Sunday. But prior to that, we'll be over at Cooper and Binkley.
What are we going to... Oh, yeah, we have to
Friday.
clean out the back room.
Well, yeah.
We've got to sweep up for the customers.
Right.
Got to clean the counters.
And we need to give away a beautiful Zagani
necklace.
diamond and gold twist. I'd like the twist, please. Sorry.
That's what I order when I go to the ice cream place.
Right, that's it.
All right, so, and our trivia question from last night, our Sunday night trivia for this Monday morning, our qualifier.
Right. That could win that beautiful twist.
The question,
What?
it had to do with what happened during this thing called COVID-19.
What happened? Where did April go?
Where did COVID go?
Yeah.
Nowhere yet.
No.
Anyway,
Yes.
The question was, back in 2019, sales of this particular item were kind of, but when COVID hit,
Yeah.
they went up by 20%.
Right.
Go ahead and read the question.
You just did.
Well, I kind of summarized.
Okay, well, that's the same thing. Stats show sales of these were so big in 2020.
How big were
and
they,
then you
John?
asked yourself how big
Well, it was
were
kinda
they.
one of those.
Okay.
Match game
Did
thing.
you laugh at
I
your
did.
own joke
I
as
said,
you wrote that on Facebook?
Hold on.
Yeah.
And how big were they? My G. Paper pencil said.
Well, let me tell you, Mike.
They were so big.
They were so big, they rose by 20% since the year before.
We had a lot of great guesses, of course. Wipes and toilet paper kind of topped the list
Right.
as far as the most
Automatic
guessed.
weaponry.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, you know, and I know people that went out and bought guns and bullets because that's how you get rid of COVID.
Because they're coming to take your guns.
Well, yeah, they are. The gun makers were happy about that. Smith and Wesson.
Yeah.
Sitting over there
Bread
counting.
makers.
Yeah, that
pets.
was pretty. Yeah.
Clocks, cleaning wipes. I mean, those are sort
Games
of
and
the
puzzles.
obvious answers.
Yeah.
Right.
Games and puzzles were
Bicycles, kayaks.
big. Yeah.
In-app
guesses.
spending. I thought that was an interesting answer because we're all home on our phones, but you know. Pool. I know pool sales went up.
We can't go anywhere. Let's build a pool.
Right. So, latex gloves, video games. Bicycles, another popular answer.
It was.
All right.
And you know, those are all great guesses, and some of those may have went up by 20%. But
Right.
our answer this morning,
Is
I had to give a clue. And what I was going to say, and I go, no, that would be a John King clue.
what the hell?
It's what Alvin wanted for Christmas.
Hey,
but
you know,
no,
wait,
I said
you
no.
make fun of me.
I know.
Who's the one who wrote on Facebook? How big were they? Anyway, go on.
Stop the arguing. The answer was hula hoops.
Hula hoops.
Hula hoops.
And what was the sales of hula hoops in 2021?
I don't know. I was going to bring in a hula hoop and have John do it, but I didn't.
No.
I didn't think of that.
No,
so.
we'd have to another censored
Yeah.
thing we'd have to do.
We don't have the pants falling down.
so-
Katie Gardner,
Yeah,
congratulations. First one
right. Congratulations
to get
to
hula
Katie.
hoops. So, want to thank all the folks that we had a chance to chat with and visit with their booths at the Howell Farmers Market yesterday. What a great time. And as soon as we walked up, Brenda, one of our viewers,
Yeah.
came up and did a little serenade.
She
for us.
did.
That was
she,
great.
She started singing.
Our theme song.
Yeah.
Got
Thank
it
you.
going on.
You know
Mike
what?
and John got it going on.
Here's your Gigo sticker.
Okay. Anyway, so
That's right.
and that kind of started things off, and then we took our tour of the farmers market, and
Yes.
basically we're smart asses to everybody that we talked
I
to.
don't know.
And most people were like, "Who are these people? Why are
Yeah.
you talking to me? Get out! Do you have any? Are you buying anything? No. Then shut up and get
Yeah.
your phone out of here."
What was the name of the dog biscuit place we stopped at? Because there was a lot of dogs downtown Howell yesterday.
There were.
That-
I almost brought Rocky, my pet, and then I was like, "No, that's probably a good idea."
Yeah, and they have to bring the little.
Because I'm running the camera, and I have to walk a dog and pick up his things, and then it's,
And one thing leads to
yeah, I was
another.
like, "No, that's okay."
But
yeah,
there were some pretty cool.
there were
booths and-
very, very cool things that were going on, and then people were very friendly, and we enjoyed talking to them. And then, as you mentioned, we ran into Donna in the alley.
Yes, Donna in
with
the
the
alley.
8-track. He pulled out an 8-track like a switchblade. I'm like, ah! So we stopped by Uptown Coffee House
Yes.
and talked with Lorna, and she was telling us about the whole renovation that's going to go on there later this year.
And we said, when are you doing that? And she said, well, after Melon Fest. And that's when we said, well, we're not going to be around because we don't want to have to help.
Well, right. No,
that's what John said.
That's like it's like when a friend says, "Hey, I'm going to be moving," and I'll be busy. I didn't say when. I don't know. Whenever it is, I'm busy.
Somebody said to us too while we were downtown, "I'm surprised Tony's Dogs isn't here."
Right.
And I said, "Well, I saw Tony on my way in at Ace Hardware."
Right.
And so I stopped by to see Tony yesterday.
How is Tony?
Tony's
Tony.
Tony's great.
Tony is a community institution.
He really is. Yeah. And, I had a great visit with Tony from Tony's Dogs. And he didn't ask me to say this, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay.
If you're looking for something for your kid's graduation party or maybe a picnic this summer, why not have Tony's Dogs come by?
Well, why not?
You get the entertainment, get the hot dogs, and don't forget the Polish sausages.
Well, yeah.
And then every now and then he would say to John, "Hey, John, I got a sausage for you."
I guess, hey, I got some Polish over here for you.
Hey, buddy. I know. It's almost like he's the guy.
Hey,
psst,
hey.
Do you want a sausage? It's a brat.
Yeah.
You see, and it's right next to the dogs, but it's for you, John.
But Tony's the man.
But he asked how you were, and I said you were okay. I didn't say great.
I'd like to see how that covers. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, John.
Yeah,
see him every day.
He's king, whatever.
But he said he misses us.
Yeah. Well, we missed Tony.
It was great catching up with him. So,
all right. So Tony's Dogs, free plug there for Tony.
Yeah, I didn't get a free hot dog. It wasn't Dogola.
Mm-hmm. Dogola.
Okay. He did offer me one, but I didn't take it. I was like, no, Tony, you sell that to somebody.
Right.
So that's his business. So.
Let's complete the plug.
Okay.
All right. 517. Oh, you're gonna
go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just showing a picture of Tony. It's a two-sided
517-375-6962. Give Tony a call.
Yeah.
And he can do parties, events.
He tells jokes too with the dog.
He does.
It's a dog and a
Tony's
joke.
a fun guy.
I know.
We've seen him through the years at the various events, festivals and things that are going on, and he's always a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, he is. So it was great catching up with Tony yesterday. What else do we have to cover today as far as things going on?
Well, let me tell you, Mike.
Do tell me.
We have a lot to cover.
Yes.
All right. We want to welcome our newest sponsor to Mike and John Got It Going On, and that's the Howell Education Association.
They think we need an education.
Yeah, well, good luck.
That's why we're here.
They're going to have to work on that all month. Building futures together by promoting and celebrating excellence in the teaching profession. The Howell Education Association expanding on National Teacher Appreciation Week, which is this week. And they're highlighting and celebrating excellence in local teaching. They're going to be doing it for the whole month of May right here on Mike and John Got It Going On.
Yes.
Teachers are being spotlighted this month. They've been nominated by their HEA colleagues as examples of teaching excellence. The Howell Education Association serves its membership through collaboration and advocacy at the district, county, and state levels with the goal of supporting teachers in their professional efforts in local schools and classrooms. The Howell Education Association, local teachers working together for student success. So we want to welcome the Howell Education Association on board as a sponsor here on Mike and John Got It Going On. And in just a few minutes, we're going to be actually talking with one of the members of the Howell Education Association about things that are going on. And,
all right, so we got 4 or 5 minutes till we do that. So go ahead and fill time.
Well, I'm doing the show. Would you like to join me?
I don't know.
These sponsors paid us money.
They kind of have taken over.
It might be a good idea to
do the show.
To fulfill.
Well, I had plans on that, but you know
sure
what else
did.
goes along with education? Prom. Do you remember your prom? All right, we don't want to remember your prom.
You don't remember my prom because it wasn't prom. You keep thinking it's prom.
Oh,
it was homecoming.
Homecoming.
You're bringing up the old homecoming memory,
I don't want you to
which I've shared freely. It's not like it's some.
No, hold on. We're going to get that sponsored.
Okay. Are we?
John's dumping of the.
That's right. It's time for John's Tragic High School Memories, brought to you by McKnightLights.com. Do you have a picture of your tragic high school?
The prom date that dumped you?
Your prom date that dumped you? Well, you want to have that as a nightlight, obviously, and with Mother's Day rapidly approaching, what better gift to give your mom than a picture of you, the girl that dumped you at prom? Give your mom that special one-of-a-kind gift at McKnightLights.com. They turn that 3D, they turn that photo into a 3D printed nightlight. It's a great new way to bring old photos back to life. Each nightlight comes with its base and bulb, $20 each. You buy more than one, they're $15 each. Just go to McNightlights.com and place your order today, and you can have a picture of the girl that dumped you after she made you drive to Windsor.
Wow.
Okay? Because I got to go to Windsor before we go to prom. Let's go to and then.
Well, it wasn't prom; it was homecoming. Remember?
Or whatever.
Gosh.
And so we went to Windsor. I pulled into the driveway, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go in here, and I'll be in." And I'm like, 20 minutes goes, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" Pre-cell phone, so it's not like I can.
You know what would have got her?
Yeah.
If you would have pulled up in the Wienermobile.
Yeah, this is
because
true.
That's what Oscar Mayer is doing. They're holding a contest for high school seniors to win a ride to prom in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
You got to admit. You got to admit. That would be memorable.
And I guess they're doing it via TikTok. You put your entry in via TikTok.
Is there a subtle message, do you think, if you're the guy and you pull up to pick up your date in the Wienermobile?
Is that like having a truck with really big tires?
Do you think you're sending a message, someone
compensating?
Some sort of expectation for the evening?
Well...
Hey, you want to get the Wienermobile?
Maybe locally you pull up in Tony's dog's truck.
Well, now that would be classic.
Would it not?
Now you pull up in the Wienermobile. I think any father's going to be like, "Get the shotgun." All right.
Yeah, I don't think you're going in a Wienermobile.
You're not taking my daughter in a Wienermobile.
So let me ask you this though. I mean, I know the Wienermobile has done a tour of the country and everything. Right. They've got like 11, 12 Wienermobiles or whatever.
What?
But
there's more than one?
But
okay,
you got the driver, the seating to drive,
right?
But what's in the back of the Wienermobile? That's what you got to wonder.
Wieners and buns.
Smells like hot dogs in here. All right, it's time for our community spotlight.
And you know what they fill up the radiator with?
Mustard.
Hot dog juice.
Oh.
Hot dog water.
Keeping it cool.
Yeah,
all right. Greg Talberg is our community spotlight today from the Howell Education Association. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's Mike and John from Mike and John Got It Going On.
And Greg is a social studies teacher at Howell High School. And Greg, we just mentioned that the Howell Education Association, the new sponsor here on Mike and John Got It Going On. And this is National Teacher Appreciation Week, correct?
That's what I heard.
That's what they're telling you.
Yeah. Well, you guys get showered with so much appreciation these days. It's hard to keep it all straight, right?
Yeah, most days I would say the balance of the job is much more rewarding than otherwise. So we get plenty of appreciation in a lot of unseen ways from parents and kids day in and day out. Probably a lot more than some other people do in their professions. But it is always nice to be recognized and appreciated.
So obviously the profession of teaching has come under scrutiny or in the spotlight, so to speak, or under the microscope, however you want to frame it. You recently wrote an op-ed for Bridge Magazine for Bridge, Michigan, and you were talking about this, and it's the whole notion that that schools or teachers are quote unquote indoctrinating kids. And I think the main thing I took away from this, and it was very well written, I thought it was very interesting what you were saying, but you basically said, look, this is a made-up conflict. It's really damaging because it damages the morale for educators, and there is no war that's happening between parents and schools. But I thought most importantly what you said was educators do not want to replace parents. You want to partner with families and communities. Expand on that a little bit.
Well, I think, I'm part of doing, and we've done it, we'll be bringing new teachers on board. So we actually...
You know what, Greg? Hey, Greg, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you can maybe...
I'm in my classroom and I don't have windows. Am I a little better here?
Yep, sound good. All right, let's roll from there.
So, sorry about that. We have now in Howell Public Schools their mentor-mentee teacher training program. And so that enables us to kind of connect, make sure new teachers feel supported and comfortable. Pillars of that program is actually that we are here to serve the community, serve kids, and serve our parents. And so I think if you look at schools and education in general, you're going to find from the cafeteria to our central office that partnering with parents and making sure that they are part of the process and include is actually one of the pillars of what we do in public schools.
Right.
Which is why, I think it's a bit of a shame that people are giving a different impression of what we're doing.
Well, wouldn't that just add more to what you have to do on a daily basis anyway? I mean, you have your regular curriculum to deal with. You have the daily ins and outs of what the kids are doing in and out of the classroom. So I just think that you stated it very well in your article, and it's been posted numerous times on various social media, and very well written. So I just think there's just so much that teachers in general have to do. I mean, 2 years ago, or the beginning of COVID, you guys were scrambling to figure out how you're going to educate kids via Zoom and everything else, and now there's all this other stuff going on.
Yeah, and I think for me that's one of the sort of disappointing parts of that sort of dynamic and that messaging is that, I think for a lot of us, we thought that one of the benefits of shutdowns and closures is that we kind of really saw some of the kids we were missing, some of the opportunities we were missing, whether it was student wellness or just building better relationships with kids, because it was so much more difficult to do online. So I really thought there'd be a bit of a reset in that we are trying to pay attention to student wellness and mental health, and the idea that we are going to work hard to build relationships with kids. And that's not because we want to push our values on the kids. It's because research tells us that if we don't have relationships with our kids, and if they are not well mentally and physically, that they can't learn. So you have to have that foundation of a relationship and of wellness before kids can learn, in my case, psychology or other social studies. So I think, for me, it's kind of disappointing that we haven't fully embraced that as a nation, I guess, because that's really would benefit our kids a lot if we made sure we took care of them first before we got to the content.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the irony, if you will, of all this was that there was so much time spent during the initial stages of COVID, during the shutdown, where people were very much advocating, I want my kids back in the classroom. Being on Zoom is not good for them. I want them back in the classroom. They need this one-to-one instruction from our teachers, and then you're back, and they're sort of like, hey, teachers, what are you doing to my kid? And you're like, I'm doing the one-to-one instruction you wanted.
And I think there is a bit of a disconnect too. And this was some old polling data, but there was a poll a while back where they asked parents, what do you think about yours and the teachers teaching your kids? And they actually rated their own schools and their own teachers pretty favorably. But when asked about education or education reform or those types of things, they rate schools differently. And I think it's, if we just remember, like, how public schools are a bunch of people, and they include people serving kids food in the morning, including when we were closed. People got them lunches. It includes people greeting the kids in the office when they get teachers in classrooms, of course, and principals. So when people, have questions about schools, I really just hope, they think about their relationship with how their kids are treated, and parents should advocate for the kids. If a parent doesn't think their child is and treatment they deserve and need, they should advocate, because schools bound to do the best we can.
Right. And so, the article in Bridge, Michigan, and I recommend that people go look it up and read it. I think it's very well written, like Mike said, and it says quite a lot. Before we let you go, Greg, I guess one of the things we also wanted to ask you about, I mean, so we've kind of touched on these things that are sort of in the spotlight right now.
Yeah.
What talk about the joys of being a teacher. What are the positive things that you've gotten out of being an educator? The profession is under such fire right now, and what is it that you get out of it that makes you still want to come to work each day?
Well, I think, like, imagine working in an office where you're not dealing directly with other people and issues and learning. So the great thing about teaching, in about 25 minutes here, it'll be 30 minutes because I have a bunch of seniors first period, and they roll in a little bit late. But the kids come in here and we're face to face, and we're dealing with things in real time and things that are relevant to kids and to the world. I feel like every day I play a tiny, if you think of any problem, whether it's climate change or politics or whatever, the solutions to those problems are starting right here in my classroom at about a half hour. And so every day, I think we kind of know we're part of that. It doesn't matter if I'm in a kindergarten classroom or in the middle school. We're all kind of part of looking toward the future. And for me, that's probably the biggest draw. I can't, for me, it's just hard to imagine looking at spreadsheets or papers all day. And because what we don't like, it's going to be grading, because that's not really what we see ourselves as here for.
Right, and so I guess the popular misconception of, well, I became a teacher because I get summers off, and that's easy. I'm out of the middle of the afternoon. I mean, the extra time that you guys put in, because your day doesn't end when the school bell rings, so to speak. I mean, your day is going on. It starts early and it ends late, and weekends and all the rest to get that. Then there has to be some sort of passion for the profession to do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to. For most careers, I think if you say, hey, why do you do that? A lot of people would went into this because I wanted to make money, right? And if you're a teacher, if you went to parent-teacher, if a parent came to me and said, hey, why'd you go into teaching? And I said, well, I did it for the money. First of all, they think I'm an idiot because there's not that much money. Secondly, that's not how you want teaching your kids, right? You don't want someone teaching your kids who's there just for the paycheck, or just for the summer off. And so, I think for newer educators or people considering education, off, but if you go into school in public education just for the summer off, or just because the bell rings at 3 instead of 5, find yourself out of the profession within 2 or 3 years, because that's not really what it's about or what it's like.
No, you have to have a passion for what you do, and Greg, obviously by your article it shows, and we appreciate you joining us this morning for our community spotlight, and of course. We're featuring teachers all month long. Here on Mike and John Got It Going On.
So thank you again, Greg Tallberg, social studies teacher at Howell High School, and we appreciate you and the folks at the Howell Education Association.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for promoting schools and teachers. We appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely,
Greg. Thanks.
All right.
All right, it's Mike and John for this Monday, and I think everybody has a teacher that you have to look back, and for us, it's a little further back. For me, especially
through the mists of time. But you all have at least one teacher. There's several I can think of at like elementary level or middle school or high school that had an impact on you because they went above and beyond.
Or you just
do you have a teacher? Is there a teacher like what's your great teacher memory teacher? Who do you think of?
I have a couple actually, and one it was interesting because we were at the radio station, and one of my teachers from 6th grade. One of the ways we learned history was by making a movie, and everybody had to sign up for a different era, maybe a few different eras, and then we all as 6th graders made this movie, and at the end of the year. It was edited together, and we got to watch what we did, and it was all different things of history, whether it was the Prohibition, rock and roll era, World War II, all those kind of things put together. And I happened to connect with that teacher, Ralph Dabaski, on Facebook, and I said, hey, I don't know if you remember me. It was my first male teacher that I could relate to, and he actually brought the movie into the radio station and gave it to me from 1976, the bicentennial year. So yeah, it was a special thing, and we reconnected later, and great to see him too.
Yeah, I guess there's several teachers in my mind too, and the reconnecting thing is always kind of cool. My 5th grade teacher, Mr. Schmidl, who was just a really fun guy, and he always kind of just went with the flow with what it wasn't just like, all right, today kids, we're gonna it was always like whatever we were doing, he would kind of like, oh, that's interesting, let's build on that, let's have fun with that. And I remember it now. This was going to date me. This is back in the era of that's true. This is back in the era of you remember the Kiss Army?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so all the kids had the Kiss Army, and that was all the cool kids, and they made paper airplanes and stuff like that. And then so the rest of us, and we couldn't be in the Kiss Army because we weren't cool. You're not allowed to be in the Kiss Army. It was just you guys aren't it. So we're like, oh yeah, well we're going to start the Boston Air Force.
And there you were,
Boston Air Force. And so we made our own paper, and we decorated them, and all that, and we did this on like lunch hour or whatever.
Was this a war?
And it kind of was. And he came in, and so it's like you could look at that in one sense and go, all right, what's this kid silliness that's going on? This is stupid. he came in and said, "Oh, this is very interesting." And then he started talking about the dynamics between different groups and why there are conflicts between this group and that group. He's like, "Oh, what are the values of the KISS Army? What are the values of the Boston Air Force?"
We have the Republicans and the Democrats.
No, he definitely did not get into that at all. But he was like, "These are conflicts that are," and it was very interesting. I mean, for a bunch of fifth graders, we're like, "Whoa, this is pretty cool."
I don't know what I'm learning, but I think I like it.
No, and so you have those teachers, right, that make that impact on you because they go that extra mile. And so we want to thank all the folks at the Howell Education Association and teachers everywhere.
Absolutely. Don't forget, coming up on May 14th, it's just around the corner.
Yeah, it is.
The Walk for Warmth. John will be losing the stash on that day due to your donations, but keep them coming because I thought, and John doesn't even know that I thought this, but it's
I didn't even know you think.
It might be kind of a fun idea because we were talking about dashing the stash. I think we should just do half.
No. It's all or nothing.
If you just do one half.
It's all or nothing. And we're not going to do anything. Hey, let's have fun and make it a Charlie Chaplin. No.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or
I was saying no.
We're not doing.
See,
no.
if you had this half, you could be unshaved. Then you turn this way, and you have the stash gone.
No.
So you don't want to do
all
half
or nothing.
stash.
It's all or nothing,
Full
and it's
stash.
all because we've already reached our fundraising goal. But we want to, of course,
we're going for the back hair now.
We're going for $2,000.
Yeah,
if we hit $2,000,
the back hair comes off.
We'll arrange to have the back waxed,
and the hair will be donated to somebody that needs it. Maybe
no one needs
maybe
it.
Need a blanket. We could stuff a pillow with it. We're not.
No. It will be burned as biohazard waste, okay?
It'll be floating around by the old Heartland High School, like those dandelion things, the white fuzzy things that are up in your garage.
Is it snowing? What is this? Anyway,
right,
we hope to see you out there May 14th. You know, our good friend, listener, Madonna.
Yes.
She saw our video yesterday from the Howell Farmers Market and the new stickers that we were showing off. Do you have the sticker?
I have one of them, but you have some of the others. This is the Mike and John.
Right, and she was like, I want a Mike and John sticker.
See that one.
And we haven't arranged for that to be on the merch store yet, but it will be soon, I think. And
you think?
Yeah. And so what I told Madonna, I said, you know what? You show up on May 14th at Walk for Warmth, and I'll put one right in your hand. We'll put that.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Is this before the stash removal or after the stash removal?
Well,
I guess it just depends when they're show.
Yeah, we'll do it before. That way, there's not. No, those are the same ones.
We don't have any giggle
ones.
They're
They're in there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
We'll go because you know what we got to do.
What do we got to do?
We gotta go to our trucker mode.
Yeah, that's right. Go to trucker mode. Well, speaking of trucker mode, the one thing that all trucks need is a good garage door to come in and out of.
Yeah, they do.
And the original sponsor of Mike and John got it going on was Firehouse Doors, of course. And we want to thank those folks, Mike and Kim Witt, serving residents for 24 years, a family-owned business. They strive to treat each customer like family. Veteran-owned, Mike, a proud U.S. Air Force veteran. And they're your one-stop shop for residential, commercial, and rolling steel overhead door needs. And for the past 21 years, Firehouse Doors has been Livingston County's only authorized distributor for CHI overhead doors. Call Firehouse Doors today, 810-599-7480. And don't forget, each week we pick a winner who will get a free 12-point inspection for up to 2 garage doors and openers. And they also save 10% on all future garage door needs for life. And hopefully this week we'll have the 10%er cards.
TPC.
Yeah, the TPCs to pass out to those folks. Thanks again for Firehouse Doors.
Yes.
All right.
And so the other stickers.
Did you? Oh, is that your hat down there? So this one's mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's put them on.
Well, I had mine on while you were doing this.
Yeah, I saw that. I was taking care of business. And you were goofing around.
You got to get your business done. Right. This is how Calvin wears his when he's peeing on stuff.
Why don't you reenact that?
No, we're not good. Well, if you want me peeing on the floor in your basement,
I have a shirt from a previous employer I could bring down for you.
So these are one of a kinds or two of a kinds.
Yeah,
but we're
these are floor models.
Yeah. They go on the dummies.
Yes,
on display.
These are the R&D. This is straight out of R&D.
Yes. So if you would like a Gigo trucker hat with the breathable air part, let us know. So we can let Danae know that there's a demand. Demand for the trucker hat.
Well, yeah. Right.
You know what you do when you're a trucker? You talk on the CB.
That's
Do
true.
they use CBs anymore now than their cell phones?
I think so.
What was your code name again?
Meatball.
Meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah, meatball. We're eastbound and down. Loaded up and trucking.
Yeah.
All right.
It was back in the day.
I think it's kind of a Joe Dirt hat.
I used to do crank calls on the CB. Boy, talking about dating myself again. Until a trucker,
blow the horn!
A trucker yelled at me.
Do that when you're on vacation. You're driving by truckers.
Right.
You're on 75 going to Florida.
You know, I just wonder how many truckers are like, yeah.
How many truckers wanted to give the kid the finger?
Whatever, I'm driving here, kid.
Yeah, we're busy.
Yeah.
So anyway, we also, if you didn't see this on the video from when we were live at Howell Market, our other
don't forget we have a podcast audience too.
Yes, we do.
They can't see.
They can't see these.
So
open your eyes.
You got to remember to illustrate for our podcast audience.
I forgot.
It's not just what's on the camera.
I forgot now that we're video stars as opposed to radio people.
I didn't forget about you people on podcast. You're still important to me. All right.
So we have these other stickers.
Yeah.
That we came up with. These are the minis.
Yes, we got mini.
These are the minis.
Phone stickers
for your phone,
or your laptop,
or if you have a travel mug, you want to make your own.
There you go.
Like I did.
Now we had maybe people ask us, "What's Gigo mean?"
Gigo.
Yeah. Well,
Gigo.
Got it going on, of course.
Yeah, Gigo. Got it going on. All right. So we have those stickers too.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think there may be another day this week where we'll be allowed out and about, if our wives will let us. We'll be out and about.
Oh, they'll let us out. Like, please go. Like a dog that has to pee. Yeah, get out.
To give some more of these away.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so.
Think we can do that?
I think we can.
Although it won't be in Howell.
No.
We got to spread.
We got to spread ourselves around. Hey, ladies.
We can't be limited.
We can't just limit ourselves. I gotta play the field.
Oh yeah, he's a player.
Look here, Howell. I love you and all, but I gotta get myself around a little bit. Brighton and Fowlerville and Pinckney want a little bit of this too.
High demand in Fowlerville for the king.
Damn right they are.
Sure. So we'll do that a little bit later this week, I think.
Right. We may do a double shot in Brighton.
A double shot?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Not your mama's 8-track.
No, it's not your mama's 8-track.
It's Jethro Tull. I kind of forgot. I thought these were bigger. Once Donna gave this to us, it's an actual real.
Are you thinking of like a radio cart?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. When,
So in the old days of radio,
back in the day,
most of your elements, music, commercials, things like that, were on a thing that looked like an 8-track. It was called a cart. It was a little bit bigger than this.
Yeah.
And you would plug them in and hit play, and that's back in the day because when I started
now
radio,
everything's in computer.
started with 45s. Yeah. Oh boy!
And
things
remember, its size doesn't matter.
No, it does not. We've got all sizes.
All right, so we're going to put the Jethro Tull 8-track.
Yeah, where do you want to put it?
Probably right back with should we put it with our superhero guys?
Yeah, why don't you maybe see if you can arrange it right in front. If they could, maybe they can. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And for our podcast audience, Mike is now placing the 8-track right between the two action figures.
And they're called?
Mayor Mike and Thunderjaw.
Thunderjaw.
Yes. So.
Sunday.
Okay.
So, my mother-in-law has had extreme pain, neuropathy, fibromyalgia.
Right.
And she went to the greenhouse yesterday.
Okay.
So I want to thank Michelle and Ashley and, of course, Jerry for taking care of her because she's had this pain for a long, long time. So we said, well, why don't you go to the greenhouse? So she did. And they took care of her with different creams and things like that. So the greenhouse in Walled Lake, a sponsor of Mike and John Got It Going On, because my mother-in-law listens and watches the show. She watches the show. So you don't have to describe what we're doing as we do this.
Mike is now talking about his mother-in-law.
So my wife took her in, and they took very good care of her. So I want to thank everybody at the greenhouse, locally owned and operated. Greenhouse owner Jerry Millen has been involved in Michigan's cannabis community for over 15 years. A grower, caregiver, advocate, has a lot of knowledge, and he teaches that and passes it along to his staff, which can do the best for you. And they want to take services directly here in Brighton as well.
Right. And of course, he's looking to bring a facility to Brighton. They already do deliveries to Brighton. And when we've talked about the slogan they have, they want to serve everyone from soccer moms to seniors. Obviously, Mike, the example you're giving is like this is true. This is not just some slogan. All kinds of people Go to the greenhouse to receive different types of things like sleep gummies, for instance. You can stop in there, talk to one of their bud tenders. Wide variety of flavors and dosages, and they'll work with you to develop an individualized regimen. Again, aches, pains, anxiety, all kinds of things that can be possibly treated by the folks at the greenhouse. Quality, safe, legal, and effective cannabis needs. GreenhouseMI.com.
And Wall Lake and Pontiac Trail, the greenhouse. All right. So our 2-cent history lesson, are we ready for it today?
Let's see.
You got the stickers.
we
Where's the agenda? Let me check out
Check the agenda,
here,
will you?
which was well typed out or written in my handwriting.
All right, wait a minute.
Hold the phone.
All right, we are off to a bad start here on a Monday.
Well, it is a Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Rewind back to the interview that we did with Greg Tallberg.
All right.
Which
Am I
was
doing
our
the backup
which
or the
which,
rewind?
which was yeah. Right.
That was
All right. So let's pretend. Okay. Let's
for you
pretend.
on the podcast,
Yeah.
I'm rewinding. Those that aren't seeing us. That was just like a cassette,
It was.
wasn't it?
All right. So this will be the part before.
Okay, there we
Right
are.
now, I found it. Got it. This will be the part right before we talk to Greg. All right. Hey, today's Community Spotlight is sponsored by Jordan Genso with the Genso team at Remax Platinum.
We saw him downtown yesterday.
We did.
With his kid.
As a community-focused real estate agent, he's once again spending the month of May doing what he has dubbed Main Street May, where each day he'll be using his Facebook page to highlight a different business on Main Street in Brighton, encouraging everyone to take a moment each day this month to support the businesses that build our community. People who interact with his post will have a chance to win a $10 gift card to that business. For instance, yesterday he visited Buff City Soap. Hey,
We know them.
we've been to Buff City
Yes.
Soap. And so just find that post on his Jordan Genso Community Servant Community Realtor page for your chance to win that gift card. All right, now
Let me
we'll
fast forward past
All right, now
this
we're going to do the
segment.
interview, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now fast forward. Okay. Hey, once again, our Community Spotlight sponsor is Jordan Genso with the Genso team.
Hey, be a little more serious on this show.
Okay, who was making the sound effects? Find
If you need me to do sound effects for you on your phone or anything,
That's right. If you
give us a call.
Oh, yeah. Michael Winslow, get out of the way. Find him on Facebook, Jordan Genso, that is. Jordan Genso, Community Servant, Community Realtor, and do your part to support small businesses this Main Street May. And I swear, Jordan, tomorrow we'll do it correctly. It's a Monday. Give us a break, all right?
Well, it's May.
Where did April go, Mike? Where did April go?
I don't know where April went. She's lost. Looking for March. If you would like, as we mentioned with the trucker hats,
Yes.
if you are interested in those, either contact us through our email,
Yeah.
Mike and John for the win @gmail.com, or call Spirit of Livingston and let them know, hey, we want those Gigo trucker hats.
Yeah.
517-545-8833, or go online, spiritoflivingston.com. But if you call the number 545-8831, talk to Danae.
Yeah.
Say, hey,
Ask for Danae. I want to talk to Mike and
want a
John's
trucker
personal designer, Danae.
Yeah. He's got a box of the hats that aren't printed up yet.
No.
But if you want one,
They were just shipped from the fashion houses in Paris.
sure, they're imported.
Just go with it.
They're French.
French trucker hats. French truckers, they don't get the respect they deserve.
Oui, oui.
In other words, I have to pull over because I have to go wee wee. So, spiritoflivingston.com.
All right.
Dear Lord.
We're off to a great start for May
What
and
is
Monday,
happening
aren't we?
here?
Today is Melanoma Monday. Yeah, the first day in May.
All right.
First Monday in May, anyway, is
Well,
is
something
Melanoma Monday.
You got to be, on top of that.
It's National Life Insurance Day. It's also National Truffles Day and Baby Day. It's Gigo Day, too. Gigo.
My big baby.
1792 on this day,
All right.
Congress established the Philadelphia Mint.
Did they put that in their mint julep or
The Philly Mint. It's Philadelphia Mint.
Philly mint?
It's
Like a
thin-
filament.
It's a, oh.
You know what a Philly mint smells like? Steak and cheese. Hey-oh!
Joseph Dixon on this day in 1827. Joseph Dixon
Joe Dixon.
began manufacturing lead pencils. There were no erasers on those pencils.
Really?
And
Yeah.
this is not a Dixon pencil.
No, it's not.
It would be a big Dixon if it was.
Check out the big Dixon that guy has.
Look at the eraser on that thing. The first 1877. The first Easter season egg roll was held on the grounds of the White House, 1877. Have a little vanilla with your coffee. It was on this day in 1966 the Soviet Union's Luna 10 became the first spacecraft to orbit the moon.
What happened to Luna 1 through 9?
Well, they didn't orbit the moon.
I guess not.
But if you're going to orbit it, what are you teasing it? Like, I'm going to land on it. No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm chicken. Too
Because
chicken.
the Soviets didn't know how to,
They didn't know how to land.
They didn't know how to close the deal.
Yeah.
Like showing up in a Wienermobile for prom.
You got to know how to close
I'm
the
going to
deal.
close the deal here with my Wienermobile.
It was on this day in 1978. Velcro went on sale for the first time. Don't we have some? Yeah, we do have some.
Do we have some Velcro?
Yeah, let me get it.
What are you?
I'm getting the Velcro.
Oh, okay.
I got the Velcro.
know
This
what's
is for our
going on over
calendar.
there. All right.
I think it's Velcro.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold, before you make this up, this is going to be
describe it to our
especially for our podcast audience. Ow. Okay.
This is John putting his shoes on in the morning.
No, it's not. That is not at all because it's also me bending over. Okay.
There you go.
Now let me do the left one. All right.
All right. Thank you, Velcro. 1978.
Such idiots.
1990 in England, Eric Clapton was fined over $500 for speeding at
What?
105 miles per hour.
How could he do
He
that?
was also banned for driving for 3 months.
Won't have any of that.
So much for being the slow hand. Mariah Carey, 2001, signed the richest recording deal in history at the time.
The richest in history, you
Yes,
say?
Mariah Carey, 2001, a 31-year-old singer, signed a deal with Virgin for 3 albums worth over $90 million. She had sold over 120 million records worldwide,
Right.
scoring 14 U.S. #1 singles.
Right.
A John Lennon school book, since we're celebrating teachers,
Right.
2006, containing the 12-year-old's drawing of Lewis Carroll's poem, The Walrus and the Carpenter, was sold at auction for $239,733. The poem inspired John Lennon to write, I Am the Walrus.
Cuckoo Kachoo.
You got to wonder if that was on that drawing school book.
Hexpert, Texpert, choking smokers. Don't you think the Joker laughs at you?
I am the walrus. Cuckoo, kachoo.
Sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the van to come.
What's in the van?
Oh, you mean my Wienermobile? He tried to sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the Wienermobile to come. It just didn't.
It never showed.
Didn't work. Yeah.
Oscar Mayer was still in the blueprint stages back then. And finally, 2012, a pastel version of The Scream by a Norwegian painter. Nothing beats a Norwegian painter, I always say. How's that? Edvard Munch.
Munch.
Edvard.
Yeah.
Edvard. It's with a
Edvard
V.
Munch.
Sold for $119 million and change.
All right. Have you ever seen the Scream?
The Scream.
It's like
is that
is it-
yeah, it's from like the movie, right?
No.
I
Well,
worked
I
with
guess
that guy.
kind of. Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, that look. Now, how are you going to explain that to the
To the podcast audience.
John
All
is
right,
making
you
a
know
very
what?
long, extended face.
Maybe-
with his hands on his
You know
chest.
what? There's a setting on your, if you're like on your TVs now, smart TVs, they have a setting where it's called like adaptive listening or whatever. Where it's really, and it's for people that have, visual impairments or whatever. And it's like literally describing everything that's on the screen.
Right.
So some friends of ours, we were talking about, some friends of ours watched an entire show and they didn't realize that they thought it was the narration for the show. And they're like, this show's really weird. Why is the narrator describing everything? And then they only realized after the fact, like, oh, we had this adaptive thing on. Because it literally is like,
And John is sitting
puts
in a
his-
chair.
John puts his hands to the side of his face and makes a O face.
It's almost like you're at a bowling for dollars tournament. Listening to John describe it.
Now you stored it.
I had to do that. That was a salute, quite
Yeah.
frankly, to Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality.
No,
Because she snorted a couple times.
she did, and so did William Shatner backstage. Hey-o!
I think on
All
that
right.
note, we have to wrap things up. We want to thank Fairchild LaBelle and Rice CPAs for being one of our sponsors. Also, Murphy's Family Auto. Call Murphy's Family Auto today for an appointment. 517-552-3040. Murphy's Family Auto. Your car knows. Tell them Mike and John sent you, or John and Mike, and they'll give you 5% off your bill.
You would hope.
If you say Mike and John, you get the 5%. If you say John and Mike, maybe not.
You get 10% that way.
I don't think so.
My wife is texting me. It's up on the screen. I can't
Why
read
is
it.
she
What does she
texting
say?
right now?
No, I went away. Never mind.
Huh?
All right.
John's wife is texting you.
I'm doing a show right now. Please don't text during the show.
Where did April go?
You've been giggling with Mike and John.
And your
Tune in
mom's
next
sawing
time and giggle on.
Keep going on. You just gave me the zip it.
I did. Zip it. Let the ladies sing. Kitty and Cougar, by the way.
I didn't know that we had the new version.
Yeah, that's the new ending.
Giggling.
By the way, Kitty and Cougar, we set up our secret microphones. You know what? Actually, this is going to be the post-show content.
This is the post show.
All right, so show's over. If you want to see the post-show content, you got to go to YouTube.
for those of you that are hard for hearing,
Yeah.
the show is over. We're going to go to the post show content.
Bye. Okay. All right, now we're post-show. All right.
All right.
So, Mike and John microphones were secretly set up in the studio when Kitty and Cougar were recording.
and what did we find?
This is what we found. All right. Now
They did not know we were going to do this.
Now be quiet. Let the,
I'm going to be quiet now.
I giggle while drinking coffee. When do you giggle? I giggle in the shower.
How often do you giggle?
Every day.
Can you giggle too much?
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Alright, I know. We're gonna do the sweaty balls. Saturday Night Live. Like, we're gonna do, So, are you gonna show us your giggle?
I can't help but notice your giggle is slightly misshapen.
I happen to like this particular giggle. I had not experienced this before.
oh my.
It could get bad real quick.
So, some of our
Yeah, we had to cut it from
secret
there.
microphone footage there
Yeah,
from
we
the Kitty
could-
and Cougar recording studios.
After that,
Yeah.
the giggling got
Oh, well, yeah.
messy.
But I think the question that they ask is a very valid question, which is, can you giggle too much?
Yeah.
And where do you giggle?
Let us know where you giggle.
Yeah. Maybe we'll ask that on Facebook.
Yeah. Where do you giggle?
Where do you giggle? Where do you giggle?
That's a little personal.
Yeah. You know where you giggle? Right next to me.
I'm so lucky. But that would mean that you giggle next to me.
Right. We're just a couple of middle-aged guys who are giggling right next to each other in a basement.
And your wife texts you wondering what you're doing.
Oh my
All
God!
right.
What are you doing down?
I'm
Nothing.
giggling. We're giggling.
Nothing.
We're giggling. All right, that's it.
That's
Let's
enough.
just turn this
it
thing
off. Oh my
off.
God.